How much did you want for all the Wii stuff?
What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the free trade-in game collection challenge, the series where I go out and buy video game related items, flip part of what I pick up to make the money back, take whatever's left over into CEX, get a voucher and buy games. Everything you see behind me has been acquired more or less that way. We have veered away from that recently with regards to being allowed to get games however we want. In today's episode, it's one of those I'm going to spend the profit episodes. We don't spend more than £15. In fact, I don't think I have spent more than £11 so far in one of these. We normally go into CEX. However, today I'm going to do it at the boot sale. The last 2 or 3 weeks that I've gone, or 2 weeks that I've gone, there's been a lot of people there selling PS2, PS3, some PS4 games, and various other consoles as well. That they don't really charge an awful lot for. But if I was to go into CEX on one of these spending the profit episodes and pick up the games, they're going to cost me £2-3 each, which isn't that bad. But if I can get them in a boot sale for 50p or £1 each, it's just better if I do that. So today we're going to pick up a lot of games, quite a few actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 games in total on 1, 2, 3, 4 different platforms, and it's going to cost me less than £10. Bargain. Let's get into the footage.
I suppose so, but then again. Sorry, how much did you have on it?
40 quid on the with Mario Kart.
Right, okay.
So this is the stall I came to that I actually bought the majority of the games from. I think I got 6 here in total. I didn't even notice there was a Wii U console to the left. I don't know whether they had every other bit to go with it. But yeah, I looked at the Xbox and didn't see anything with it. This person I buy from a lot actually. Off to the right, you can't see it, but this person is selling a lot of like Jordans and things, and I do actually spend a lot of money with him, but he always brings video games. I don't know whether he is like a reseller himself or whether it's just his collection, but either way, I do end up picking a fair few PS2 games up. I should really have asked about that Wii U, because the reason I say I buy from him a lot is because I know what he's like. He won't put out all of the wires and everything to go with the console, because it's like he doesn't put out the left shoe, he only puts out the right shoe, or the other way around, because he doesn't want people just nicking it and running away with it. It's a little bit different with consoles, because whatever it is, like with one shoe it's difficult to sell, right? But when it comes to a console, if you nick the body of the Wii U, you're still going to be able to sell it for something. So it's a little bit different, but he still does it. I should have asked him, did he have everything with it, and how much would he have charged? He's quite fair, but he's not cheap. Like on games it's cheap enough, but yeah, he's not cheap enough on consoles, unfortunately. I've asked him before. He has featured in the videos before as well. Sorry about the very poor video angles that you're seeing. Like, you're not really seeing the games as well as I'd hoped that you would. And it's because it's under a table. It's really difficult for me to angle it. Plus, there's no screen on the back of my GoPro, so I literally can't tell what you can and cannot see until it's too late and I've come home and I've stopped filming. But yeah, we pick up a fair few games here, but that's not all we pick up, because I do actually go and pick up some PS3, PS1 and Mega Drive related things as well.
So Kitty Day. Mum, she's just taking her step.
How much did you have on the games?
Pardon?
How much did you have on the games?
Oh, I don't know what to do for really. £7 each. I've gone down from the 10 down to 7. So.
Right, okay, I'll leave them. It's alright.
No worries.
Cheers.
So a lot of people might find me rude in that situation because I laughed at her price, but I've been getting it all day at that point. Like, I was more than halfway around the boot sale, and every single person I went to was saying that they wanted like £6, £7, £10 per game, and they were really bad, cheap games. To be fair, those weren't too bad. Like Orange Box, I think trades in for about 6 or 7, so she's kind of on the money there. But some of the other ones, not so much. And like I said, I just had it all day at that point, so it was just an instinct to laugh. Like, people just want far too much for their games. Full viewing angle on this one. I saw a Rock Band. It was just the drum box. It wasn't like the whole thing. There were drums in there. You can't really see it because it's a bit dark, but I was kind of half hoping that there would be something else in there as well, but unfortunately there wasn't.
How much did you want for all the Wii stuff?
25.
Right, okay.
It's all working. I said there's a nunchuck, there's the Wii board,
Yeah.
Wii Fit, and all the contraptions that go with it.
Right, okay.
And there we are, back from the boot sales. That was footage from 2. I've left out a couple of things because I'm going to include that in the next episode, because I do actually pick up something fairly substantial. Well, not really substantial, but it's going to be more than just a profit episode, that one. So look forward to that. Anyway, that Wii that you saw on the floor for £25, I reckon that was worth it. Someone else bought it, because by the time I went back, not that I was going to buy it, but I went back round, and it was only a little section. It's like the top field. It's going to be difficult to explain. There's a top field and a bottom field. The bottom field is huge. The top field has got about 20 cars in it, and it doesn't take long to walk round. So I went round there twice, and by the time I came back round, the guy, I know who bought it as well. He was a guy who got to a box of, you know, those like really crappy plastic accessories that come with a Wii. You've got the golf club, the steering wheel, that kind of thing. Someone had a box of those on the table, and he got there before I got there, because I would have looked and I would have found it. But in that box there were 2 Wii remotes and 2 nunchucks, as well as all the plastic crap. The person, the woman selling it, wanted £3 for the entire box, and he still tried to haggle. There's 2 Wii remotes in there. I don't know if they were Motion Plus or not, I've got no idea, but I could see them in his hand, and they were official. But he was covering the bottom, so I couldn't see. But yeah, he was like, oh, I only really want these. Because he was trying to leave the nunchucks as well. I only really want these. Will you do £2? And she was like, no, I want it all to go together. Because she doesn't want the plastic crap either. But it is mad. And I don't know if he bought them in the end, but I don't know whether he actually paid £3 for the whole thing. It was just mad to me that he was haggling. I would literally have just put the plastic stuff in the bin on the way out, took the nunchucks, took the 2 controllers, and you've made a lot of money. He was the one that bought the Wii, because I saw him walking around and he had it in his bag. But £25, it was worth it. The black balance board goes for more than the white one, because it's more uncommon. The console, I don't think it had any games, but it was complete. And then the controller, the black controller, was a Motion Plus controller, which trades in by itself for £18. The problem I have is it takes me so long to shift Wii consoles. I didn't really fancy it. I left it. Should I have bought it? Maybe. I should have said, look, I'll give you 20. And they probably would have done it, because I just had that vibe. But I left it. Do I regret doing it? Maybe. I should have offered 20, and I think I probably would have been happy. I could have taken the controller. I could have bought another controller from somewhere else for a couple of £, paid it with the machine and the balance board, and then just sold it off. Maybe I could have swapped the black console with our white one that we have, because every console that we have is black, so it would have fit in a little bit better. I don't know. Maybe I should have bought it. I'm not sure. It was very clean, but it is what it is. So, you saw me pick up a few games, so let's go through those, because you've already seen them, more or less. There are a few that you haven't, of course. So the last one that I picked up actually was this. I don't know why I bought this. I'm not a massive fan of the Incredibles games. I've never played that film, sorry. I've never played this game. I said I'm not a massive fan. It's alright, the film. I just don't think, oh, let's watch Incredibles tonight. You know, I don't ever have that vibe or feeling. But yeah, I bought that because I thought maybe it would trade in for a couple of £. It doesn't, so I'm just going to put it in the collection. I'm a massive, and you may not believe this, but I'm a massive Disney fan. I love Disney. But The Incredibles, for me, it's not really one of those that are up there. So I don't mind owning Disney games. It's just that one's a bit eh. This is a classic. Gone for FIFA Street. I don't think this is complete, actually. it isn't. The discs are all in decent condition. That one does have a fair few scratches, as you'd expect for a FIFA game, but you've got to own FIFA Street at some point in your life. And then one of the best games ever made, Gran Turismo 3 A-Spec, and I'm not even joking when I say that, I do genuinely believe it. I had it one year for Christmas. That does have one mark on it that I'm not happy about, but I think it'll wipe off. It's not a scratch. I had that for Christmas one year, put it in, played it for, I don't know, 20 minutes, turned it off. And then in March, for some reason, I was really bored. I put it in, and then I was addicted. Trying to do the licenses, trying to earn the credits to buy the cars, doing up the cars. I love this game. I don't think it's as good as Gran Turismo 2, but I am a big fan of it. You spent hours on this. GTA 3. I'm going to get GTA Vice City, and I'm also going to get San Andreas. There is a remake of San Andreas on the newer consoles, which I may or may not pick up at some point, but I definitely want them on the PS2. The disc on that is absolutely perfect. There is not one mark on it, and it also has the map and behind it the manual. That is one very nice complete condition of that game. And then finally, well, not finally actually, there's two more. The Getaway Black Monday. This is not as good as The Getaway, but if you're going to own one, you have to own the other. I love these games. Big fan of them, actually. Again, not a mark on that. Comes with the map and the manual, which, I mean, it's not that uncommon, but it's not that common either that you'll get the map and the manual with these games. Big fan of that. Like I said, not as good as the original Getaway, but still a good game. They should probably remake them, actually, because especially the first one was banging. And then a game that I absolutely love, and I used to love trying to fight the agents, it is Enter the Matrix, and I think this is complete as well. It is, there's no map, but there are cheats. I have max firepower, unlimited ammo, unlimited focus, and unlimited health. And I don't know them off by heart, but I knew they were cheats because I used to actually stand up to Mr. Smith, the agents. I used to stand up to them because I used to have a max focus or unlimited health or something, and I used to love trying to beat the agents. Where they always tell you to run, but they'd show up and I'd be like, no, I'm gonna fight, and you could never beat them. You could knock them down, but then eventually they would just get back up. They were unkillable, but it was fun. Big fan of that game. So those together, they said they were £1 each. I picked up 6, and I was cheeky. And I said, would you do them for 5? Yes. Probably should have said, would you do them for 4? But there we are. So I got 6 games for £5. If I went to CEX to pick up those 6 games, the amount it would cost me is on screen now. So I have saved myself some money there. And that's the good thing. If you go to a boot sale and you're going to pick up games in CEX anyway, you might as well see if you can pick them up in the boot sale instead. The next 3 games were all bought from different people. They were just random. Every single one of them was random. They were like selling like kitchenware, mugs, all the rest of it, some clothes, and then randomly just on the edge of the table or tucked inside a shirt or something was a game. It was really, really random. The first one is the least exciting. I think this was 50p. This was Black Ops 2. I'm going to round it up to £1, but I'm pretty sure it was 50p, but I'm going to say it's £1. I don't have the footage for this, and I don't have the footage for the other 2 either, unfortunately. It's just lost in the ether. Good condition. I like the Black Ops games. I don't know if you can play it online anymore, but it's nice to have a Call of Duty game there just in case you fancy going and shooting someone in the face. So there we go. We have 7 games to add now for about £6, £5.50, £6. Next, we picked up a PlayStation 1 game, and it is Duke Nukem Time to Kill. This was also... No, this was £2, sorry. This wasn't £1. This was £2. So it paid up a little bit. I say paid up. Compared to the other games, I paid up a little bit. But £2 for this is definitely worth it. It's in good condition. Has the manual with it as well, which is always nice to see. That will go with the other PlayStation 1 games that we have. Building up a fair decent collection of those now. Like I said in the last episode, I may very well go to the person in the boot sales that sells PlayStation 1 games and see if we can put together like a little bundle. Maybe do this kind of thing. Go in and spend the profit. Say, look, I've got 15 quid. Put a bundle together. Try and get a decent bundle for £15. Next up, and the final game that I bought was a Mega Drive game, believe it or not. I've never seen this before, and having looked it up, it's worth about 15 quid-ish. This is Kickoff 3 European Challenge. It is a football game. I've never seen it before, ever. Don't know anything about it. I haven't even tried to play it yet, actually. It is complete with the manual. But like I said, I've never seen it. I've never tried to play it. It looked in good condition. There's no rust. There's a bit of dust on the pins and things, but it looks fine. This was £2 as well. So I think in total we've spent £9.50, £10, say. Let's just say £10. So £2 for that, £2 for the Duke Nukem game, and then £6 for the rest. That is not bad at all. I was quite surprised by the value of this. I'm going to play it, and if I don't really think it's that great, I'm tempted to sell it. I've had a look on CEX, and it isn't on their website. So I was tempted, if I could get like £12 trade for it, I would take that and convert that into something else. I think I mentioned it in the last episode. My CEX has more Nintendo 64 items now than any other store in the UK. It is the very top of the list. If you type in Nintendo 64 and then search by store, it is the very top one. We have 50 items and only 2 of those are consoles. It's crazy. But so many games is basically what I'm trying to say. So if I could get like £10-12 credit for this, I would take it. And then I would use it to buy Nintendo 64 games, or maybe I would convert it into another Mega Drive game that I actually want. But obviously I'm a massive football fan. We've got a series dedicated to collecting football shirts, for crying out loud. But I've never heard of it before. So do I really want a game that I've never heard of? And if I don't like it, would I really want to keep it? I'm not sure. So I'll let you know in the next episode what I'm going to do with this. But for the time being, we are adding all of those games to the shelves for a grand total of £10. If I went into CEX and tried to buy them, it would cost me substantially more. I can't tell you exactly how much because that Mega Drive game isn't on the site. I'm not even sure that Duke Nukem game is on the site either, but that is a substantial amount of games to add for £10. So if you have enjoyed that episode of the free training game collection challenge where we've spent some of the profit, this is all profit that we've accumulated through the series. I should have probably mentioned that at the beginning. So it's not like I'm just going out and spending money on games and then calling them free. We've already made this money through the series. And if you want to see me do that, go back through the playlist and watch all the episodes and you'll see exactly how we've managed to accumulate so much money and a collection that I'm becoming more and more proud of as the episodes go by. But if you have enjoyed it, do me a favour and hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. And until the next time, goodbye.